Sup nerds, here's Chris and he's going to give us his Rosemon X deck profile.
We're going to start with playing 4 Coco. I had 4 but I took out the other ones because I'm going to put in the alt arts we literally just got. Immediately we're cutting this card because the Rosemons are too small and I wasn't triggering this effect enough to justify playing it, so I'd rather play the EX5 Nyaromon for the extra 1000 DP, so that's that. Next we're playing another really good card in the deck. I didn't get to trigger this often too much, at least not its start of main phase effect, because most of the time we're reacting to what our opponent does. So there were maybe once or twice that you'll see in the footage where I promote this and I'm able to activate its effect, but really we're mainly getting the inheritable plus or the reduction of 1 memory if you have a Tamer. So really good card. Next we're playing 4 Pal X. I don't think I honestly activate this effect either, because again, like I said, we're reacting to what our opponent does. So, but this is just a really nice extra draw, and the memory is also really nice as well in conjunction with the Lilamon. So when we're playing that free Tamer, we're plussing off of it. So really good card. Next we're playing 4 Lalamon. Another really good card in my opinion, because I also play Argomon, so the Argomon can play this out for free and we're getting free searches. So not a bad card in general. The extra memory again is very good, and that's why I don't think we need the Togemon as well, because again this deck searches so much that you just don't need the extra draw in my opinion. So this came up a lot. It got to me my pieces when I needed them, so I mean there's no real need explaining this card. Next we're playing 4 Togemon. Another effect that I ended up not using tonight at all, because I was in raising a lot until my opponent played their cards, and then I would go into my level 6 for basically free. If not, I would be plussing memory off of it. I never really did the Tamer reduction because we go into Lalamon and then play it for free anyways. So again, though, the gain memory, I mean, you're digivolving for free in this deck, guys. Next, 3 Togemon X Antibody, a very good card, because sometimes I would just promote Togemon, digivolve into this, and then hard stun something, which is a very good effect. The extra 1000 DP is really nice. I actually want to bump this card up to 4 and probably cut the next card I'm about to show you guys, because again, like I said, the Rosemon was really squishy. It comes up a lot. There were just some times where I just didn't even want to swing into security because I was just afraid my stack would die. So I would definitely bump this up to 4. And this would be the card I would cut one of, the Sunflowmon. The effect was really nice. It would trigger the Cocomon, but at that point, like, there were games where my hand, I'd have like 12 to 15 cards in hand because you draw so much, search so much, and digivolve for free so much. So the memory is nice, but already we gained so much of it that you can justify cutting 1 for an extra Togemon X. That's just my opinion. The extra 1000 DP would come up a lot, especially when like swinging over stuff. So I think I suspended it to digivolve into level 5s like maybe once or twice, and I honestly didn't even really need to. It was just to trigger off effects. Next we're playing probably one of the best cards in the deck, Lilamon. Any card that just says play a Tamer for free is just a good card. This is where we can get a little bit of our aggression from, is the security attack +1 Lilamon. This works really, really well in conjunction with our top end being able to suspend stuff on their evolution, so you're always going to be basically checking for 1. But yeah, so this whole deck searches itself, so I mean, what more is there to say about this card? Next we're playing 2 Lily Aces. This is a really good card for floodgates in case you need to bottom deck something that's preventing your memory gain. So really good card. I never blast counter evoed into this because most of the people I play against weren't dumb enough for that to happen, or I would just, again, I'd always be building and raising area, and then just by the time I'm promoting my level 4 and going into this, it's like pointless. I'm not blast evoing into this. This is a really good card. So next we're playing 2 1-ofs. They're 1-ofs for a reason. They're really good cards. they trigger off your Cocos and you can go into your level 5s for free, but to be honest, you Digivolve so much for free already. I don't know if I can justify the actual Digizorption for free. It just didn't come up very often. So I don't know, maybe these could be different cards. The Argomon's okay. Like, the level 3 play for free is nice sometimes, but it just didn't happen often. One, because maybe I just didn't see it very often, or two, because like I didn't need the other extra bodies on board. I'd rather keep the level 3 in my hand so I can Digivolve into the raising area. So you could definitely change these out for different Lilymons. I see people playing Lilymon Ace. I just think that's a bad card in my opinion.
You mean this card?
Or not, I'm sorry, not Lilymon Ace, Lilymon X Antibody.
Oh, yeah.
See, like, a lot of people playing that, but that's, in my opinion, that's a different build than what we're playing here. So next, playing Rosemon, specifically BT15. Very good card. I really enjoyed it today. To be honest, I didn't even really... Once I went into this, I was always Digivolving on top of it right away. This card actually didn't stay on the board very often. Being able to suspend 2 cards on its Digivolution was really nice. But again, that 11,000 DP is really, really squishy. So this was... I never really wanted to Digivolve into this and then just not have a follow-up on it. So the All Turns effect is mainly why I play it. But again, like I said, like most of the time when I Digivolved into this, it was not... I was following it up with something else, either a Quartz or a Rose X or something. I just really didn't want to leave this on the board and be like, okay, here, take care of it. So, and then following up with probably the best card in the deck next to Quartz, Rosemon X Antibody. So like I said, most of the time I was never gonna just be like, okay, here, you know, this is it. Just go ahead and kill me now. I'd always do this. I mean, you have to. I don't play X Antibody, so this is the only way to get its raising effect. So when they promote something or raise from their breeding area, if you have Rosemon or X Antibody underneath this, it automatically becomes suspended. That worked really well today against a couple of my matchups. You're going to see my game against Brandon. It did not matter because Melga just kills me. So really good card. It is a very controlling deck, and this is like the definition of control. So very good card. Again, only 12,000 DP. So, you know, even with the Toga X, unless they have multiple bodies, this is only going to be maybe 13 to 14. Mm-hmm. So you want to play that Nyaromon to get to 15 at least. That's like the base you want to get over, to at least get over some level 6s, and then level 7s. I mean, like Omnimon is, Blitz Omnimon's like 14, so I wouldn't even be able to attack over that if I wanted to, for example. So definitely want to get this a little bit bigger. Next, I started by playing 2 copies of this card. I initially was going to play 3, but through my playtesting with Sean, I realized, why would I play this card when I could just play more Quartzmons? Yes, this is searchable, but that's why we cut it down to 1, because again, I can search this card, I can add it off some of those effects. The Quartz I can't, so you want to play more Quartz to actually see it more often. To be honest, I only Digivolved into this. I never even burst moded into it. I still don't think I'd cut the Yoshino's down because I was gaining so much memory off of it that I was okay with it, and it gets played for free by Lilamon. So this is just a baby Quartzmon. Baby Quartz, literally, that's it. There was one game, I think, where I could have potentially killed my opponent if I had one more turn with this. I could have Digivolved into it, and they had enough Digimon to where when I swung at them, it would have trashed the rest of the security and then killed them. I ended up dying before that could happen. I think the good thing about this is it trashes the security for every 2 cards. That's probably the biggest plus, and there are a lot of times where you can just hard Digivolve into this and not care and pass turn because you gain so much memory in this deck that 5 might as well be a +2. In my opinion. So very good card. I don't know if I would completely cut it because it does have its uses. I just think that the next card's even better, and we're Digivolving, quote unquote, for 6 on it. This is most of the time going to be 2, 1, or 0, depending on how many cards are on the board or how many of your Tamer effect or Yoshinos you've tapped or Mimis you've tapped. So we all know what this card does. I literally do not have to explain this card. This has probably been the bane of a lot of people's existences for a long time. A lot of people want this to, or back in its heyday, would want it at 1. This card would just sit on the board, and if your opponent just does not have an answer for it, you just win the game. You just slowly win the game. There's no way around it. So, 2 Quartz. Next, we're playing 4 Yoshinos. Really good card, free memory on any Digivolution. What's more there to say? You play it for free off Lilamon. I mean, why wouldn't you play it? Any card that plays the Tamer for free is a good card, and this comes out for free most of the time. So, next we're playing 2 Mimis. I'm still a little undecided on this card. The searching is nice. Again, you know, more searching is nice, but and you could play it technically for free off the Togemon. I just never did it. I honestly, this card didn't even see the field. I don't even remember it. It's the effect is whatever, I guess. I mean, I triggered it a couple times. I'm indecisive. You can honestly just cut this card for like removal is probably what I'd want to do, like Giant Missile. Because there were times where my opponents would have boss monsters and I couldn't deal with them right away, like with my Quartz or my Rosemons, that I would just rather have some kind of removal. These would just honestly sit in my hand and do nothing. So indecisive about these, probably cut them for removal. So next we're playing green, so you have to play this. Again, I'm not going to explain this card. You should all know what it does.
Should go to 0.
And then for training, really good card. A lot of the time, there will be times where you'll miss your inheritables because you'll be digivolving into like from the Toga to the Toga X to stun and suspend something permanently. So you'll miss your Palmon. So this card can just come in handy for that sometimes where, you know, maybe you missed one or something happens. And again, this card can search all your cards in your entire deck. So, I mean, why not play it at 4? Green Memory Boost can't do that. Green Memory Boost will bottom your Tamers, so we play this. All in all, guys, I'd say the deck was really fun. It's a very controlly deck. Your games are gonna run long sometimes if you don't see Quartz very early and have the Lila underneath it. So again, if you like control decks and you want to react to what your opponent's playing, I would say give it a chance. It's very different from Bloomlord. Bloomlord's way more aggressive. Doesn't mean Bloomlord's better. I think in a straight up match, this deck could just blow Bloomlord out, because if I can establish Quartz while they have their entire board and they haven't been able to kill me because I stunned his Bloomlord with Rose X the turn before or whatever, and then I establish Quartz, what are they going to do? What does Bloom do from there? So they're very different decks. I say give it a shot, guys. If you want to try out green, I think this was like a better way to play than Bloom. Bloom has a lot going on in it, so it can be very confusing for players. This is a very simple deck. It's a stack deck. You build it, you stun their stuff, you react to what they're doing, you go Quartz. Boom, that's it. Very simple deck. Put your helmet on, you're good to go. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, guys, and then comment on what cards I should be playing instead of what I put in my deck.